on. No calls. Okay, we're ready. We're gonna go this way.
What episode are we on?
5. Okay, and we're on. And we're back.
Episode 5.
We'll take it from here with Joe and Don. And we actually have a special guest today. It's our first guest.
Woo!
And it's my sister, Christina Magone.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Yeah. I am so honored to be here.
Well, thank you for coming. We're honored to have you. So I'm about to get this out of the way now so you guys understand. Christina prefers Christina, right? For everyone to call you Christina. Growing up, I called her Tina, so it's going to just be Freudian slips ever. I'm just going to call her Tina. But she
He's
is
allowed
Christina.
to.
All right. I got the grandfather involved.
Perfect.
Yes.
So Tina is on here. We're gonna have we have good topics to discuss with you today. One of them is gonna be astrology, right? Because my sister is really into astrology. She has our birth charts coming up for me and Don. So we're gonna be describing us. We're gonna do lifestyle and fitness, and also my sister doesn't have social media. So this is like...
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like no social media.
I'm a Russian spy.
You guys better watch out.
Exactly.
FBI has entered the chat, baby.
Oh, shit. Oh, that was great. Okay, so I guess we're just going to start. Tina, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe, of course, who you are, where you grew up, and where you are now, what you do. Anything you really want to just tell the audience?
Okay, well, my name is Christina. I'm currently an operations manager at our family business, which is an accounting and wealth management firm. I'm really into fitness and nutrition, currently pursuing my nutrition coaching certification.
Very nice.
I would like to pursue that on the side. It's a really big passion of mine. I don't know. I'm really into art, music, a little bit of everything.
What's your music? What's your go-to?
Everything.
Everything? If you had to pin that down. Because I know you do have a wide variety of musical taste, but what's your go-to?
Well, I guess my personality is, I think everything serves a purpose. Mm-hmm. So when I'm at a bar or a club, I want hip hop, reggaeton.
It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be jamming out to Luke Bryan about his breakup at a bar. It doesn't set any mood for me.
There's a time and a place.
So there's a time and a place. So I love literally everything. I know it's so cliche to say that, but really it's true.
No, it's I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. I'll be jamming out, listening to DMX, telling me that all this stuff.
Oh,
on the way to the gym, and then in the morning I'll listen to Enya, this soft meditation music.
Enya's bad good though. I like that.
So I'm all across the charts too. So.
Oh yeah, when I'm pissed off and I'm driving, I'm listening to rap, and I'm picturing myself don't mess with me. People next to me are probably who is this girl jamming out? Because I put my music so loud.
Me too. Well, sometimes I'm let me roll my window up so they can't see me.
Do you have tinted windows?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I can't
Nobody
do that.
can see in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a purpose behind everything. Just
Oh,
like you said.
exactly.
Totally. Or that DMX.
I can picture Don headbanging in the fucking car.
Yeah. So that's how it goes. But
shit, damn. All right, we'll actually let's do a little cheers here. We have some
Please.
red wine
Cheers.
for those
Red
who are
wine.
not watching.
Love it. Italians. Are you Italian?
I am.
John? Okay.
family's from Sicily.
Mm-hmm.
Same as you guys.
That's right.
Yeah,
you just
same.
said that.
Yeah, you're half Italian, half German.
Something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
You have to
part
sip.
American.
That's
If
bad
half,
luck.
you're fucking,
I have to what?
You have to sip after cheersing.
Oh, do I?
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure I sipped.
Did you really? I
don't
didn't
know.
see you.
Getting in trouble already.
Yeah, my Aries is coming out.
Well, your Aries, yeah. Tina's a hardcore Aries, so for all
Yes.
of you
My
guys.
Capricorn just screwed me.
Yes, your Earth sign. Get away.
Go with Earth. I'm the Virgo, so apparently, if you I'm boring, right? That's what it is.
Not necessarily.
Well, we'll get into that, but for sure. Actually, one thing. How is the nutrition going? Because I know you were going through your certification, right?
Yes.
By the way, if you haven't never met my sister, she's in bomb ass shape. So
Thanks,
if you
Joe.
ever go to her for some fitness.
I got some girly abs.
Nice.
But how's it going? So where are you at in that stage with getting your certification?
Okay, well, I guess I'll give a little background about how I started my journey too. When I started running and really intensely when I was 13, I wanted to get into shape. Became almost like a little bit of an obsession, I would say. Wasn't healthy at some point, but now it's under control and I kind of have it, I turned that obsession into something good.
Nice.
And so I've been running since I was 13. It's probably the only thing I've stayed consistent with, really.
Got it.
And I started running cross country in high school.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah,
right,
8 miles
dude.
a day. I love running. I think it's the only time, actually, I know it's the only time when I'm not thinking, which is really ironic because for most people, they're thinking when they're running.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And the key to running is you can't think that you're running.
Mhm.
You just have to run. So, and nutrition is, I'm all about, you are what you eat and looking good, staying
Absolutely.
young looking.
Say that again.
You are what you eat.
Hell yeah, that is
Yeah.
so important.
Yeah.
You could spend hours in the gym, but if you want the body that you want to achieve, if that's like a certain body type, it's what's it 80%?
It's 80% what you eat, 20% working out. And I don't know, I think what you eat definitely reflects on your skin, your state of mind,
Everything.
even hygiene, like just
Mental clarity.
Yes.
How you feel about yourself.
yes,
Your confidence.
yes, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, I agree.
So totally.
Like for example, like if you ever like you guys like to splurge out eating, but then afterward you feel like absolute crap.
Oh yes.
But then like how about if you eat too late in the night and then you wake up
Yes.
the next morning and you feel like trash or something?
No, totally,
Yeah.
definitely does that.
I'm on like an avocado kick right now.
Oh,
Oh, you're talking to the avocado queen.
I love it.
I always say eat an
avocado
avocado a day keeps the wrinkles away.
There you go.
And look, I'm
love
31.
it.
Do you see any
I'm
wrinkles?
45.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
No, literally, I love avocados. They are so good for
I
you.
have tuna fish and avocado. I mix
Okay,
it. I
that's
mix
a good
that.
mix.
That's my
Yeah.
meal prep for the past few weeks.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, avocado a day. I try to eat walnuts.
Yeah,
Good for the
walnuts are
brain.
good. Yep. Yep.
okay.
So, yeah,
So we're on the same level.
we
then.
are on the same frequency
Yeah.
there.
I'm definitely very mindful of what I eat. Like I go so far as if I'm drinking alcohol, which I'm not a big drinker at all, I only would drink maybe red wine or tequila because tequila actually has benefits.
Really?
I mean, not if you're taking shots left and right every Friday
Yeah, I'm trying to decide.
or after beer. But if
This
you're
is for my health, guys.
Yeah. But if you're just sipping on it here and there, it actually has some benefits. Definitely helps,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. And red wine, of course.
Antioxidants, right?
Yes. It's good
Yeah.
for your heart. Avocados are very good for your skin, your hair, your heart as well. But my nutrition coaching certification, I actually took a break. I started in September. Took a break because I moved and got busy with work. But now I'm back in it
Awesome.
and I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are you doing it online?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you probably go at like your own pace and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I have a
Cool.
year, but I want to
Alright.
get it done before.
Yeah,
It's not.
absolutely.
It's not easy.
It's not, especially when
Yeah.
you're, you're going through ups and downs and staying focused and all of that. I mean,
That's the hardest part, staying focused.
Oh,
At least for me, like I'm never been diagnosed, but I definitely got a little about that ADHD in me.
yeah.
I'm like, I'll be working at my desk and I'm like, oh, who's pulling down the driveway? That's a good song. Oh shit, let me go tell my mom this. Or, I'm gonna go make some
I'm
food.
the same way.
I'm like all over the place.
Dude,
It's a lot of energy.
How about like when you're like sitting down at the desk and you get something done and like it's the most minor thing, you're like, oh yeah, I deserve a phone break.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck am
No, I
doing?
just worked for 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Let me hop on my phone.
Yeah, right?
I
so-
definitely have a lot of high energy and I can get a lot of things done at
Yeah.
once, but sometimes sitting in a chair, once I get in the groove of studying, I'm good. I can do it for like 2 hours, but
It's impressive.
that kickstart is like, okay, Christina, sit there in the chair and let's go.
Yeah,
it's not-
exactly.
it's not
No,
easy.
for sure. No.
So
And speaking of chairs, actually, if you're watching us on the video, we are not giants. I mean, Don's pretty fucking tall, but Tina's just in a chair that's
I'm in
a
a little
bit
chair.
Yeah.
smaller than ours. But that is so true, though. Like, to just stay focused. I noticed that, too, when I was working in a job or a desk job. To stay focused, I could. But after a while, I had to get up. Even when I was in New
I
York
do
with the
too.
beyond, I
Yeah.
had to get up and walk. That's why I guess being a waiter right now is actually a good thing. Because I
It
can
is.
walk
You're always
around.
moving, right?
Yeah.
When I stay still, I get bored, so I just move.
Yeah,
It's
no,
true.
I'm the same way. I
Yeah.
definitely have a lot of energy. I don't sit still.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad.
No,
thing.
it's not a bad thing.
No,
It's not a
it's
bad
not. But sometimes when you have to like do something, like if I'm working at work though, and I do have a desk job, but I do move around a lot. But once I'm focused and I have a lot of work to do, I'm there and I'm doing it quick. I'm doing it like I can focus. But then I catch myself 2 hours later. I'm like, I have to get up.
Do you?
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
No, keep going.
Do you drink caffeine?
I cut myself back to 1 coffee.
Okay.
Because I do have anxiety.
All right.
So I found that it was, I'm actually very disciplined. I give myself credit. I don't give myself credit for a lot of things, but once I want to switch something, I do it very easily.
Okay.
So I just immediately cut back on 2 cups, which is too much for me. And now I'm down to 1 just in the morning. And
so why did you cut down on coffee?
Because since I have so much energy and I tend to be an overthinker, especially at work when it becomes very, very busy. And right now we are currently in our busy season, which is tax season.
Okay.
I do have like super nerves where like it's just too much. It's overpowering. And, I noticed that when I'm doing 1 cup of coffee, I'm a little better. And then now I'm really into teas. So I have my green tea.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's nice.
I do my lavender chamomile at night to calm my nerves so I can sleep. But I'm a coffee fiend though.
Oh yeah, no, coffee.
I live for the morning.
My day has to start with coffee.
It does.
I love
at least 1 cup.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm usually doing a cup while I get ready, and then a cup maybe I'll buy from Dunkin' or something.
Yeah.
Dunkin' or Starbucks.
Yes.
What are you guys?
I'm more of a Dunkin', but I don't go to either. But I prefer Dunkin'.
We can still be friends.
Yeah.
We got a Starbucks person over here.
I think you're more Dunkin'. I mean,
okay. So Starbucks, I don't like their coffee. Makes me feel like I'm on crack.
Thank God.
Okay?
Yeah. Starbucks, man. What the fuck you guys doing?
But Dunkin', if I do a second coffee, I like it. It's less caffeine or something. It's not as strong, but I do love mom and pop cafes. I'm a cafe fiend.
Yeah.
Like most people are like, let me drink alcohol to calm down. Like, let me get a latte. Like, let me go sit in a cafe.
Yo, what's that cafe in where you live? What's it called?
Oh, there's a couple of them.
Maria's
is a good
That's
one.
A good
Shout
one.
out Maria.
Yeah, shout out Maria's. You guys have great coffee.
No, she's great. And also, I don't know, I live for the mornings. At night, I'm like, I can't wait to wake up and have my coffee.
I totally agree. Like, I love coffee. You guys are going to make fun of me for this. Like, I drink a K-cup coffee every morning. Me too. A McDonald's K-cup.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going Mickey D's.
It's like, it's real cheap for me.
You're bad and bougie over there.
Hold on a second. Maybe you guys are going to make fun of me. What's a K-cup coffee?
Keurig,
Joe.
Oh.
You're right?
Yeah, you live in the Stone Age?
Joey's so Italian that he only drinks
Espresso with
dude, yeah,
not
with
even. He's like heating that little tiny thing on the stove.
the little shooter looking glass.
Yeah,
with,
exactly.
With cream on
with
top.
With cream, right?
Yeah.
No, K-cup, man. I'm really that.
Yeah, a Keurig.
Wow.
I don't know. It's just what my dad drinks, so I steal it from him every morning.
It's easy in the morning.
Oh, is that what we had, or what you guys still have in the office? What I used to have?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I fuck with K-cups.
I have to say though, a freshly brewed coffee is better, and I put collagen and cinnamon in mine, and I drink it black.
Nice.
But if I treat myself to a latte, I'll do almond milk. But I love coffee so much because I thrive in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm a morning person.
You are.
I thrive between 6 and 11:30, and anything after,
so
I don't even care.
Do you have a morning routine that you follow?
Well, during the week, I just wake up, have my coffee. I've been into positive affirmations right now in the morning for 14 minutes.
Oh, you're in the right spot here.
Yeah, meditation.
14 minutes on the dot.
Yes, 14-minute positive affirmations. And I just started doing this. I'm doing a 21-day challenge because, we all kind of have negative, like, self-talk in some way.
Agreed.
And I feel like some days can be worse than others. And I really believe that the mind is a powerful thing. So I'm trying to train it in a different way.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I'll have my coffee, relax, and then get ready to go to work. On the weekends, I'm at the gym at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, they say win the morning, win the day.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I like that.
Make your bed.
Yeah, that too.
Make your bed.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do that every morning.
Yep.
I don't know if it's considered making it, but I pull the covers up.
Hey!
Make it look kind of nice.
Listen, whatever you believe is your reality.
Been doing it for years.
You think it's great.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Do you notice how when like moms do something like folding laundry, making beds, it looks immaculate, and then when you do it, you're like, what the fuck
What
is
is
this?
that?
Dude?
Yeah, I don't
Mom
have
does
time for
everything
that.
perfectly.
Right?
It's crazy, right?
It is
Moms.
nuts.
Shout out moms.
Shout out moms, you're the best. No, but actually, so that's awesome that you're going back to doing a 21-day challenge. Can you expand upon that? Like, what are you going to do in this 21-day challenge? What are you holding yourself to?
Okay, well, I'm not holding myself to anything extreme, to be honest, because I feel like I don't want to set my expectations too high, because sometimes then you don't really follow through.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just strictly doing just what it is. 14-minute listening to positive affirmations. So I'm listening to something on YouTube for 14 minutes.
Nice.
And I do it in the morning, or you can do it at night. I do it in the mornings. But if you feel like you need to do it a little bit more, then you can do it at night too, to help you fall asleep. It's actually good to do it falling asleep because it kind of...
Yeah, Joe talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
right? I don't
exactly.
know if you do the same thing, maybe?
So what I used to do, and I need to get back into doing it, is what I'll put on an 8-hour loop of positive affirmations. Actually, you're the one. I think you're the one who introduced me to this
I've
YouTube
always
channel. Yeah. Anything that I've spoken about and any interest in affirmation, positive affirmation, manifestation actually came from Tina.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she really introduced me to all that. It's awesome. But what I did was I used to every night listen 8-hour loop.
That's actually really good.
Just positive affirmation.
I'll tell you.
You fall asleep to that. That's good.
Yeah. Once you told me to do that, I did that like the day after. That's the best sleep I've had in a long time.
How light does your head feel?
You just feel refreshed in the morning. Because
Mm-hmm.
I love waking up before my alarm. Like, I hate waking up to an alarm.
Yes, I know.
Like when the alarm, like I just get pissed off immediately.
I'm the same way.
You know? So if I can wake up before my alarm, that's so ideal because I just feel refreshed and, not startled up. And the affirmations really help with that.
That's awesome. I'm pumped that that's really helping.
Yeah.
It definitely calms the mind, and
absolutely.
I don't know, it just helps. I'm really into personal growth, so
yeah, I think the three of us definitely are in that regard.
Literally,
I thrive on all that stuff. It's
a
journey.
too. It's a journey. It's a struggle still to this day. I think I've gotten a lot better. But I definitely have my moments where I'm not so good, and then I have my moments where I'm thriving.
Absolutely, but I think that's the reality.
And that's what we have to accept.
Yeah.
I think we put so much pressure on, like, we always have to be positive, we always have to be thriving, we always have to be successful, productive, da 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 da. I think we live in that society, right? If you're not anything other than that, then there's something wrong. But as long as you're just doing your best and taking small steps to whatever goal that is,
100%.
It just really helps and maintains a positive mindset.
I agree with that. And actually, I want to piggyback off that. Because going back to the 21-day challenge, where you start off, you're like, oh, it's if it's just 14 minutes, 40, that's actually perfect. Because think about it, how many times, including myself, when we do a challenge, right? That's always like, oh, I'm gonna do this challenge for 30 days, and I'm gonna be on this diet. I'm only gonna eat this, and like, good, that's good stuff, right?
Get bored,
but like, it doesn't always need to be something crazy. No. 14 minutes a day for 21 days is a huge impact on your mental health.
I like small increments of things. I feel like I succeed more at that. Where if you give me something like long term or something I can't see the end
That's
results,
a really good way to look at it.
I'm more likely not to do it.
I think I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, so I do little things. Even if it's like, for example, I used to work out like a fiend 6 days a week, and now I cut it back. Now I'm doing 2 days a week. But I was like, you know what? I feel so much better when I work out at least 4 days a week. Immediately now for 2 weeks, I'm on 4 days a week.
Gotcha.
And that little tiny switch and goal that I set for myself, I succeeded. And now I feel even better. I'm like, oh, then I can succeed on this next goal, this small goal.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, it just goes to show, like, once you get started, it's kind of compounds.
Yeah.
Of what you can achieve. And I like that you set the
the
small goal first, achieve that, and then you're like, you know what, I could do, instead of 2 days, I'm gonna do 3 this week. Now, feel pretty good, I'm gonna do 4. Right. So I think there's some magic to that.
No, for sure.
The small steps equal the big steps. Some people are just so like into like the end result, like, oh, I just want to be on Broadway. But like, what are your small steps to make you feel good to be getting there.
I'm laughing because I'm such a culprit of this, dude.
Yeah, you are. That's your Virgo.
Yes, I'm such a culprit.
What do me and Joe talk about like every day? Right?
Oh yeah,
I'm talking to you, but
well, no, we're always talking about what the end, like, almost what the end goal is going to be. And
well, that's a man for you too. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, no. Go into this. Yeah.
Well, I read a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
So testosterone, definitely. Now, I want to give a disclaimer. As my older brother would say, I have a disclaimer for my disclaimers. So, I am no doctor. I don't study this in depth, but I just read everything. So, testosterone definitely plays a part in males where they only could see the end result. Like if I ask you for advice, right? You're not going to give me feelings back like I would, like my girlfriend would give me back.
Right.
Like, oh, it's okay, honey. I feel like what you're feeling. You're going to give me, I want to fix this. Let me
men
solve
are
this.
fixers, right?
Yeah. So you guys are always looking at the end result. You're straight way thinking. Women, we're like, boop, 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 boop,
yeah,
all over the place.
Exactly.
So maybe that's why you guys are.
No, it definitely is. But you know, it's like a good way, like, to working out, right? Mm-hmm. Like for those of you who work out, if you put a goal, right? If you want to say, I want to bench 225 pounds, you got to start off at 95, or the bar, then 95, then at 135, then 155. So that actually goes to what you're saying, how you should hit those little goals.
Like when I first started running when I was 13, I would run around this block 2 times. Okay. Then each day I would increase it another time. And eventually I got to 8 miles every day.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that reminds me of, I just finished up reading the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Oh, I have to read
by Mark Manson.
Yeah. It's so true.
It's an incredible book.
It's so true.
So part of the book is it talks about how being positive all the time is actually a negative thing.
It is, because you're masking up. You're being a phony.
Yeah, right. So...
oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
That's pretty much how it is.
I am not politically correct, but...
But that's how, that's reality.
Yeah, it's reality.
So you being positive all the time is actually negative.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So that was one part. And then the other part was, what if you adjust your mindset to think about, even if I fail, what if that's progressing me?
Oh, you learn from your failures.
So once you adopt that mindset, everything you do is pushing you forward, even if it's on paper a failure. So let's say I want to go and run a mile, but I only make it a quarter of a mile, and I quit. Well, I still made it a quarter of a mile, which is a win.
Yeah. So
I failed my goal of running a mile, but I still progressed forward. So
I agree.
It's not really a failure. It's just a learning lesson.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that's
really it's a good mindset shifting book.
I think that's your whatever your perception is your reality.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You know, going back to what I said before, the mind is a powerful thing is absolutely true. But also, being too positive is, first of all, very annoying. And second of all, it's honestly just not human.
No.
I mean, if you're positive all the time, I think you have an issue.
Well, facts. But hold on. What is happening?
Actually, stay away from me because I think
you're like, you're too happy.
Yeah, I love when Joe imitates.
I imitate myself all the time. You're too happy. Why don't we just take it down?
Just take it down a notch. We know you just had a fight with somebody.
No, but think about this. What is happiness if you're never sad? If you're never sad or mad, how joyous is being happy?
I agree.
It gets boring, right?
Well, that's anything in life. If you don't go through a breakup, how are you going to be grateful for your beautiful relationship?
That's
true.
Right?
Yeah. That's true.
It's all perspective, like you guys were saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fuck, this is good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Shit. Nice.
I agree.
Awesome. Well, then in that case, since we're going on a lot about like the life and mindset, mentality, I think this all ties in though to the cosmos. I think this is a good segue though into our astrology. Okay, so Tina,
this is an iffy topic for some people.
Yes, all right. Disclaimer: I know a lot of you don't get down with the whole astrology because you think it's a bunch of load of crap that stars can influence the universe. They're wrong, 100%.
Wrong.
But also think about this: if you've listened to our other episodes about manifestation, quantum field, and you can believe that, then what is stopping you from believing that what is in the universe can't affect us?
Absolutely.
The atoms. So take it away, Tina. How did you, let's start it. How did you get into astrology? You've always been into astrology.
I really have always been into astrology since I was little. I remember cutting up little pictures of my little ram, because I'm an Aries,
Yes.
and like making a booklet. Don't ask. I was like 10.
Hey,
I
that's
was like
imagination.
creative. Anyway, I really don't know how I got into it. I think it's because I love hearing about myself.
That makes 3 of us. Oh man, this is why we get along so well.
I
Yeah,
just love hearing somebody say things about my personality.
Yeah,
No,
That's definitely the
I
fire side.
need the recognition.
yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah, for
So-
sure.
Don't like my photos, damn it.
exactly. So funny. Validation. No, I love astrology. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think where people get it wrong and they're like, oh, I'm not my zodiac, I don't believe in it, it's because they're reading horoscopes. Now, I don't read horoscopes, okay? I just don't. But fun fact, if you do want to read your horoscope, you should be reading it from your rising sign, not your sun sign. It's more accurate. But
Sun sign being, so for those of me that don't understand, sun sign is basically
it's well, your main sign. It's your ego,
Okay.
the essence of who you are.
So the sun is your main
Yes.
ego.
So yeah. So you were born what? January 16th.
Yes.
So you're a Capricorn.
Yes.
That is essentially who you are, who you believe to be, your
Okay.
ego, your essence of as a person.
is that what
Aries.
Dawn shows to people? Is
We'll
that
get
what you
into
mean?
that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're a Virgo,
Yeah.
right? So okay. So Virgo, Aries, Capricorn. So you two are both Earth signs.
Hell yeah,
I'm
Earth
fire.
signs,
I don't
baby.
know what that means,
So
but
I don't know.
I'll tell you. So the Earth signs are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus.
Nice.
Fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, Leo.
Okay.
Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Air signs are Libra, Aquarius, and Geminis.
okay.
So basically, Earth signs are grounded. Okay, you want a stable life, marry an Earth sign. They are workers. They are about stability. They are about practicality. They're about consistency.
Okay.
Water signs are emotional. That's basically what it is. They're so emotional. They're very intuitive people, very motherly figures too, or fatherly figures. Fire signs are explosive. We are outgoing, like I don't know, combative sometimes. We are energetic.
So everyone has
Yeah.
an earth sign or fire sign, or like how is
Yep.
that categorized?
So, what do you mean by that?
Like how is it like what's an earth sign versus a fire sign versus a water sign?
So, well, you're a Capricorn, so you're an Earth sign.
So all Capricorns are earth signs.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos.
Okay.
There's like 3 in each category.
Yeah.
And then air signs are mutable signs, so they love change. They're talkers, they're intelligent. So Libra, Aquarius, and Geminis. So, but it goes definitely more in depth than just your sun sign. You have a birth chart, which you'll need your place of birth, your time of birth, and obviously your birthday. And so I'll give you an example. Like some people might be like, oh, well, my sun sign is a Scorpio and I don't think I have the traits of a Scorpio. And they might be right, but it might be because their moon sign is, let's say, a Libra, and their rising sign is, let's say, a Sagittarius.
Okay.
So I want to kind of keep this in, like, it can get so confusing.
No,
Yeah.
it can, but
It's so in depth. So
like, what's a rising and a moon sign?
perfect. So a rising sign is basically the sign that was rising on the eastern horizon the time you were born. So it's basically your facade. So it's how you come across to people. It's your physical appearance. So you are a Virgo.
100%.
You're not a good, so you're not a good example because your rising is Virgo.
Yes. Oh, wait, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So
Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I'm confused.
Loser.
so you're a Capricorn with a rising in Leo,
Okay.
right? So you might not come off to, let's say I first met you.
Right.
Okay, you might not come off to me as just a Capricorn. Capricorns are more introverted.
Okay.
Okay, you might come off as a Leo personality who are more extroverted, very
Okay.
showy, talkers.
I can see that in you.
Can you?
Yeah. As that compliment too.
They could be a little vain. So, but when I get to know you, then your true ego comes out, and now you're Capricorn. So it's basically your facade. So you might
Yeah.
like to dress,
Oh,
which
that
is a
actually
Leo.
makes a
Are
lot
you
of
into
sense.
fashion? Like looking good?
It doesn't matter what I wear.
But you're into looking good.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe a Leo trait. That was a Capricorn saying right there.
It's not good no matter what I'm wearing.
That is so funny. Oh, well, that's a Leo coming out right there.
Yeah. Oh,
So I guess I'm into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I'll give you an example about me. My sun is in Aries. My rising is in Taurus. So for some people, I do come off as more like practical, calm, materialistic. Like I do like nice things. I do have to have like very aesthetically pleasing surroundings.
Okay.
But if you get to know me, I am definitely an Aries where I am very like loud. I like to have fun. I laugh.
Gotcha.
I am very blunt.
Yes.
So
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing. At least
Yeah.
you know.
I
where
think
you
all
stand
these
with them.
signs, it's pretty cool. All these signs have like their own unique things.
Oh, yeah.
That makes everybody unique.
Yeah.
You know, if everybody was the same, how boring would it be?
Oh
Totally.
my god, life
But-
would suck.
It gets so deep, which is insane. Like you can actually figure out your life purpose. So, for
Oh, wow.
example,
I never knew about this.
I actually haven't. I'm getting there, but I haven't studied it so in depth where the houses are placed. Like, I'll give you an example. My rising is in Taurus, so my 8th house is in Sagittarius,
Okay.
which is so Sagittarius. So the 8th house rules money, taxes, and I forgot something else. Honestly, I have to look it up, but. It's my 8th house is in Sagittarius, and
Okay.
Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is actually a lucky sign. So,
Really?
yes. So, where I have great luck in money, whether it just
Okay.
comes to me from a sugar daddy, or if I make my own money,
There's the blunt coming.
Yeah.
or I inherit money.
Oh.
That's what they say.
We're
but
clipping that out right there.
totally kidding, guys. But
That's cool.
yeah, so.
Fuck.
I mean,
So
what
there's
else do you
different
wanna know?
houses here? Like, what's the houses mean?
So the houses go in order. So let's say you're a rising sign Leo. So your first house is Leo. And then it goes in order from there. So your first house is Leo. Your second house is Virgo.
Okay.
And then
But
your
what's the second
third,
house? So the first house is rising sign. What, like, do you know what the second?
I didn't study the houses
Okay.
yet.
Okay. My bad. Yep.
I didn't
okay.
study the houses yet.
Got
but
it.
I can tell you, like, so your birth chart has your sun, your moon, your Mercury, and your Venus. So the main important signs to look at are your sun, your moon, your Venus, and your rising sign. Especially in relationships, you want to look at your Venus signs.
Venus.
I don't want to
moon.
confuse people. So your moon sign is your intuition and how you respond emotionally.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm a moon in Cancer, which Aries are known to be not emotional people. But my moon in Cancer makes me extremely emotional, but I don't show that side to people.
And this is always changing, right? These things? Or this
No,
is
this
always,
is your birth chart.
This is what it is.
This is what it is.
Okay.
I know, it's very confusing. It's hard to explain.
No. Essentially, isn't it basically the reason why you need the time and the Earth is basically what over, like, let's just say you were born, I don't know, in Morristown, let's just say. What the stars
Yes,
were over
that's your
Morristown.
yeah,
Okay,
your
so
birth
that's
chart.
why it never changes,
And
right?
yeah.
Okay, got it.
So then your Mercury
Uh-oh.
sign,
Yeah, it goes crazy.
it's so confusing that people are probably going to be like, I don't understand what you're saying. But Mercury is the planet that rules communication and intelligence.
Well, talk about Mercury Retrograde. You ever hear of that?
I'm so into that.
Here we go.
Yes.
We'll get into that one second
Okay,
because
let's
I'm
go.
a firm believer of that. So your Mercury sign is communication. So, for example, what is your Mercury?
I'm not sure.
Let me see.
I know I'm Capricorn,
Rising Leo.
rising Leo, and I think the moon is Taurus.
Okay.
Four Taurus.
4 Taurus. Yeah, 2 Earths and
Oh,
fire.
you're Mercury in Capricorn too. You have a lot of Capricorn. So I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody's a sun in Sagittarius, right? Who are known to be actually the most blunt sign, Sagittarians, okay? And let's say your Mercury is in Libra.
Okay.
So you meet a Sagittarius who is not as blunt in conversation. They're more reserved and more diplomatic. It might be because their Mercury sign is in Libra, and that's how they communicate.
Because isn't Libra balancing?
Libra is balancing. They hate confrontation and they're more diplomatic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next sign to look at is your Venus sign, which is how you express love. It's your love sign, okay?
Okay.
So they actually say when you're in a relationship, you want to look at the person's moon, your Venus, and your rising signs to see if you're compatible. Sun signs can help, but not necessarily. It's mainly your moon, your Venus, and your rising sign.
Gotcha.
So
you could definitely go deep with all this stuff. There's a lot to learn.
Oh, it's so deep that I don't even know everything, to be honest. And, another disclaimer, could be saying something wrong, but one interesting thing that I thought was amazing was if you want to know what your past soul journey, now we're getting really deep.
Wow.
You look at your North Node sign. So,
never heard of that.
So your North Node. So, for example, my North Node is Aquarius. And then you have to look at the South Node. So the South Node is whatever sign is opposite of Aquarius. So opposite signs of Aquarius are Leos. So essentially, okay, if I want to live my life purpose, okay, I have to be in my current life right now. Okay. I should be living as an Aquarius who is a humanitarian, who loves charity, who loves bringing people together, working in groups, friendships.
And that's just for you. That's what you know your sign is.
Yeah, I'm just giving an example of me. I'm going to look at you in a second. Okay. But that's what I'm supposed to be living my existence right now. But if I'm not using my correct power and living my North Node as an Aquarius, but I'm living it in the South Node, which is my past life, and I'm living it as a Leo, which I'm like, hey, look at me, like basically treat me like a princess or then I'm not living my correct purpose in life.
I see. Okay.
And that's just like a general overview. It goes so in depth if you do research, but that's just, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Are you mind blown right now?
I am mind blown. I'm kind of speechless over here.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, wow, this stuff makes sense.
It is.
It's so cool.
It is really freaking cool.
Kind of reminds me of the reincarnation talk.
I was just thinking about this just now.
That's how you just said
your past life.
Your past life of if you're still living in that past life, you're gonna have some conflict in your life today because you're living in that past life. You gotta let go of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You live your
almost
soul
like
purpose.
that energy leaves that body from the past life, goes up to the universe and comes back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, time isn't linear.
It's not. That's why you can't plan anything.
No.
That's why you have to go with the flow.
You have to.
I mean, you can set goals.
Yeah.
You can try your best. You can arrive somewhere at 8 a.m., but are you really going to arrive there? You never know what life takes you.
Exactly. Oh, that's fucking good.
But I don't think it's black and white. I don't think time is black and white. I don't think anything is really black and white.
Agreed.
There's all these, this gray area stuff, and I don't know if you, do you want to talk about Mercury Retrograde a little bit? Or?
Oh, I am so into Mercury Retrograde. But I did want to give you, I looked at your birth chart, Joe.
Oh, nice.
And I kind of wanted to, because you were always because Joey's a Virgo.
Yes.
Okay. So Virgos are very practical. They're very over analytical. And you are. You have a Mercury Virgo, a rising Virgo, and a Sun Virgo. So you're extra
Jesus
Virgo.
Christ.
But
here.
You're always wondering why you can't do maybe a desk job.
Yeah.
It's because your Mars is in Gemini.
Oh, and this makes a lot of sense.
And your midhaven, which is MC, is in Gemini too.
What's midhaven?
So first we'll do Mars.
Okay.
So your Mars is in Gemini, which is your aggression, how you pursue things.
Okay.
And Geminis are, again, mutable sign. They need change. They're fidgety. They can't sit still. They love people. They love doing things like this. They're very musical. They're into film.
Okay.
So that's probably why.
I think that's 100% why, because if you think of a Gemini is the twin, right? It's Pisces. Or is that Pisces?
No, it's Gemini.
Gemini is the twin, right? So the Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I can't sit fucking
But you
still.
can ruin it. You can use it to your benefit if you use the pros of the Gemini and Mars, and then the being practical and logical as a Virgo, you can seal a deal and solidify something to your benefit, like a profession.
That's a really good outtake on that.
I love Geminis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geminis. Watch out, Geminis.
Well, you know what Geminis remind me of? You ever have like a moment in the day where you just feel overly confident and like you're just sitting still, right?
Yeah.
And like something comes to your like mind and you just feel totally overly ambitious. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go do that. You get up and you do it, and then a few minutes later you're like, nah, I'm over it.
Oh my God.
That's a Gemini.
All the time.
That's a Gemini to me.
All the time.
That is totally a Gemini.
Every day.
Yeah.
I think,
But you know what exactly that feeling I'm talking about?
board game.
100,000%.
Yeah.
Like you're so overly ambitious about like maybe
Oh my
cleaning the
God.
table, and you get up, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna clean this table so greatly, and you
I
clean it,
think,
and you're like, yeah, I'm actually kind of over it.
I think my sister, she would want to kill me a couple of times because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to do this, and this. I'm going to talk to these people, do this. And then the next day I'm like, yeah, I'm just not really into it.
Yeah, that is what I would describe a Gemini.
She's like, you have to focus on something.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I just can't. I have a hard time.
Yeah,
that
no,
might be your
that's
Mars
true.
and Libra.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because, so Mars is the most powerful sign, and it's actually not comfortable in a Libra.
Okay.
Libras are very peacemaker, very diplomatic again. They love commitment. They're not as aggressive. So having Libra in the Mars placement is contradicting. Whereas if Mars was in, let's say, Aries, if your Mars was in Aries, totally like full throttle.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you change these at all? Or you kind of gotta...
Listen, everybody has free will. Just because
Yeah.
your birth chart is that doesn't mean you can't change and be like aggressive in a certain
Okay.
area. Like you don't have to use this to like.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh
this
my
isn't
God, this is just for fun.
this isn't an excuse for your shitty driving, all right?
Yeah, or you're.
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just a, whatever. I don't know, Leo.
I'm just a Cancer and I can't drive.
No,
Yeah.
there was a meme that was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm such a bad driver. It's because I'm an asparagus." It's like,
Yeah, there you go. I'm an asparagus.
No, listen. Let me just tell you, this is just for fun, but it's definitely interesting, and I've guessed so many people's zodiac signs by meeting them. So
Cool.
yeah, no, I can attest to this. I've seen it firsthand. It's crazy.
yeah.
What's the Midhaven sign, real quick? No, you don't have to do it about me. Just what's Midhaven?
Yeah, let me just
because
hold on a
Midhaven. This is the first
second.
time I hear Midhaven.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that
Yeah, I remember
one. All these
that one.
terms.
So
And then we got to go into Mercury Retrograde. So I wanna hear about
yeah,
this.
so Midhaven is basically showcases your professional success and public image.
Got it.
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know too much about that, but I mean, you can do this all day.
I think I'm gonna be researching this tonight. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a rabbit hole to go down.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So what's retrograde? Mercury.
So Mercury in retrograde is when, well, usually it's interruption and technology and communication and signing contracts. So I've noticed every time Mercury's in retrograde, technology fails. It's slow, there's crashes, whatever. There's arguments with people you never have arguments with because miscommunication. They also say do not sign contracts or start anything new during a Mercury retrograde because it's going to most likely end. It's going to most likely end.
Like end badly.
not
Not necessarily badly,
Okay.
but let's say you start a relationship in Mercury retrograde, it probably won't last.
Got it.
How often are we in retrograde?
Oh, quite a few times during the year. We actually just ended one, I think February 17th.
Okay.
I think we just ended that or a week before.
Yeah, I mean, I've
And-
definitely noticed those things. Like, man, I'm just not feeling that good right now, like mentally or whatever.
I just
And then
want to
I'll-
get you the exact definition though.
Yeah.
I think it's when Mercury is going backwards. So hold on a second.
I'll talk with somebody and they're like, "Oh, Mercury's in retrograde." I'm like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
You know.
So it's a period of time in which the planet Mercury appears to but doesn't actually move backward. So that's what it is. I don't know.
Supposedly, Pluto crossed paths with Earth
Yes.
on
For the first time.
Tuesday,
in a while.
2/22.
Yes. The last time it did that was July 4th, 1776, and signing of the independence.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So they were
That's the last time.
saying,
And Rome fell.
I was thinking.
The last time Pluto was here,
yeah,
Rome fell.
wow.
No.
I
Hold on. The last time it was here, was it the signing of Declaration of Independence or Rome fell? Was it the last time before that one?
No,
Two
signing.
times.
It was the signing of the Declaration.
No, but no.
It was for sure July 4th,
Yes.
1776. And then I think it also, there was something to do, I saw this thing online.
No.
Something to do with Rome falling as Pluto.
I saw this too.
See that
I saw.
one.
So I'm not saying it's BS.
Yeah.
I think it may have been 2 times.
Yeah, look that up.
I definitely saw the one about Rome, but there was the one also with July 4th.
Yep.
That's dope.
So
There's something with all that stuff, with the planets.
It's funny you brought
For
that
sure.
up because I just screenshot something. Can I share it with you guys?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Let me find it. Hold on, give me a second.
Oh, space stuff. I mean, that's like...
I
Dude,
love space.
Space.
I've always been like a little kid with space.
Same.
I'm like,
Space is the
whoa.
I'm just too claustrophobic to go up there.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that star right there is 1 trillion light years away. I'm like, can you even comprehend that?
I can't it's so. Have you ever tried going into a deep thought about all this, like the cosmos? Your brain,
I tried to.
malfunctions.
Yeah, I tried to, but it's like it's so vast,
Right.
you know.
Ridiculous.
Just the depth of space is just something incredible. It's just so vast, and I don't know. It's hard to explain all that stuff going on. People really don't know for sure what
people don't
space is
know for
all
sure.
about.
Yeah.
We have theories, but
Exactly.
Isn't that so cool that what mind blows me is like things that are happening but you can't see it. So right now we're sitting here, but then there's space.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
floating on a rock.
Like we pretty much mean nothing. Like even when it comes to the ocean, like there's a whole life
Yeah,
in the ocean that like taxes and you and I sitting in this basement mean nothing.
no,
Yeah, fact.
You know what I mean?
That was like the rock, earth, and the moon
Yeah, right.
analogy, but it's just in the ocean.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It just
Yeah.
mean nothing.
Or think about how you can't comprehend. Let's just everyone think about a close friend of theirs right now that they're not with, like, because they're maybe the friend is at their house or in a different state. You can't even comprehend what they're doing right now because
It's true.
you know what I mean. Like bringing it, like it's just crazy how we don't. What I'm trying to say is like we just focus on us, right?
yeah,
We see what's in our immediate vicinity, but we can't comprehend. So you're saying like it can't comprehend what's in the ocean. You're saying you can't comprehend what's in space. True. We also even can't comprehend what the fuck like the next door neighbor is doing.
Well, we don't know what they're doing.
Isn't
Exactly.
that creepy?
It's like-
Isn't that creepy?
That's the bear shit in the woods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or
It's like that same thing.
yeah, or like if the tree falls in the wood, does it make a noise?
Yeah.
That question pissed me off
Isn't
as a
that
kid.
crazy?
It's like
Yeah.
it's like yes, of course it makes a noise, but it's like
But
well,
how do you
does
know?
it?
But it's so true though. You don't really know what's going on anywhere.
No, you don't.
Which
You're
is
assuming.
actually-
You're assuming.
Yeah.
You know that things are going. I don't know.
Wow.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
A wild topic to
is.
think about.
Fuck.
I guess you can see a little bit of what people are doing though with social media.
True.
Oh, social media.
But
But hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah,
How would you know?
Yeah,
How would you know?
Oh yeah, I don't have social media.
Not,
Why not?
any social
I
media.
have Snapchat, which makes me even sound a little bit more sketch.
Just not that.
Like-
And she doesn't post any stories.
No.
Not that.
She only watches
Yeah.
everybody else's.
No, actually, I do post from time to time, but every time I post, I'm like, no one gives a shit, and neither do I.
Well, how do you know they don't give a shit though? Maybe people are
Because,
watching.
okay, well, first of all, I'm very selective even on Snapchat. So if you're on my Snapchat, consider yourself highly, like, you know, be flattered, basically.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, I used to have social media,
Okay.
but when I was 25, I was dating my first boyfriend, and we were like, let's just delete our social media. Like, it just doesn't do anything for us. And I was actually really active on social media.
Yeah.
I actually had fun. I would send my friends videos, and they were pretty funny. Like, I was the original TikToker.
Hold on a
There you
second.
go.
Wait a second. Explain that.
No, I don't know if you remember. But
Yeah,
we were
the
able
Facebook.
to send videos. So if my friends were studying abroad, I would post a video, like just funny videos on their.
One of them was
pages.
when you scared me upstairs.
Oh yeah, I used to
On
scare
Facebook you're talking
Joey.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can post videos. But anyway, so I had Facebook for a little bit. My friends actually started it for me when I was 17, and then I had it up to when I was 25. And then I deleted it cold turkey and never looked back since.
So you just because you didn't want to waste the time on there, or
So I just don't find a purpose in it.
okay,
Now I can see. Now this is just my perspective. So again, whatever makes you happy. Like it makes me happy not being on social media. I don't like the pressure. I don't want the comparison. Like I don't really care what other people are doing unless I call you and I want to know.
Mhm.
I also think it's a waste of time. I don't think it's good for relationships. I mean, I think there's so many cons, but then I think there could be pros. Like if you have a business, if you want to advertise yourself, I can see the pros in social media. But I live life very simple. I do like to live in the moment. So when I'm out with my friends, I'm not focused on taking that picture.
That's huge. That's huge.
And,
so big.
you know, people might find that shocking when they meet me because they will assume this girl definitely has social media.
Oh.
She loves to post about herself. Like any girl, you would just assume, you know, she's...
Well, yeah. I mean, today,
you know what I mean?
you're like, you think everybody has social media.
Exactly.
You know?
And
it's a part of life.
Yeah, it's so funny when you tell people you don't, like...
They don't.
So when I'm on dates and, like, you tell a guy, like, you don't have social media, they love it. They're like, oh, I respect that. But then you just see them thinking. It's like, bro, what are you thinking? Like, you don't think to begin with. Why are you thinking now?
Yeah.
So, but...
I mean, I can imagine how peaceful life is without social media.
It is. But it's also...
But do you feel disconnected at all?
No, actually, I don't.
No.
I'm going to go into that, actually. I don't need validation from other people. I find I would like everybody to just picture this, okay? I don't think everybody does this, okay? I don't think everybody posts for validation and for satisfaction. I think some people just enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But I do think a majority of people do things to post about it, to say, look how great my life is. And we all heard this expression, but I truly believe in it. Like, let's just picture if you got proposed to, or you traveled to Switzerland or somewhere you thought was really great, right? And you had nowhere to share it with the world except for your close people that you talk to on your day to day. Would you still do it? I think some people wouldn't.
Oh, so you're saying that people instead
are
of
influenced by the posting and the excitement of the validation, the like, and the knowing that they're moving into a new milestone or they're doing a new adventure. They kind of like that look towards others.
So you're saying maybe they'll do X, Y, Z, just like, oh, so I'll be able to post about this, and people are gonna like love this. And
I think they're afraid. Like, people say that they don't care for social media, they'd rather not have it, but then they still have it. I think they are afraid that they're going to be disconnected. But you're not disconnected. I mean, if you really think about it, majority of those people you never talk to, you don't see.
Yeah.
You only talk to a select few people. So, no, I actually give zero, excuse my French, fucks. I don't care.
Well, I mean, social media is pretty new. It's only been out for 20 something years.
Well,
there's a whole lot of time that Earth existed and humans existed without any social media. They did pretty well.
Yeah.
Amazing, actually.
I think probably you could make the argument, with the exception of like the technological advances that actually improve society, you can make the argument that we probably did better in those years without social media.
It's a blessing and a curse for sure.
For sure.
That's just like anything. Everything has a pro and a con, right? But what I'm trying to get at is, no, I don't feel disconnected because I keep in touch with my friends and people who I want to stay in touch with. But it is funny because my friends will send me pictures of their kids while they post it on social media. I'm like, just send me a picture.
Yeah.
Let me see. Or what'd you do? Just send me a picture. Like, to me, it doesn't, I don't feel like I'm missing out. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I think people are just in this, they're living this life of show, post, and they don't even know what they're doing it for. I think they're making decisions based on social media on how amazing they're trying to show their life to be.
Well, that's a really good point.
What was you?
Am I explaining that properly? I don't know if I'm making sense right now.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Perfectly.
It's kind of hard
because you said it in the first episode. It's a highlight reel.
It is a highlight reel.
You perfectly said, Tina.
Because I feel like I relate to some of the things that you're saying. Like, I do that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not gonna lie. When I post a photo, I want people to see it and like it.
Yeah.
But how much
makes
pressure
me feel good,
is that?
You know?
But it makes you feel good. So can you get validation? Can you feel good without the validation from others?
I can, but I definitely...
But
it's harder. I have to admit that I don't feel as good about myself when I post something and get 10 likes versus when I post something and get 3,000.
So that goes into my two things is why I like Snapchat. It comes and goes. There's no pressure. Okay.
True.
But I just have Snapchat. I don't even know why I have Snapchat, honestly. It's stupid. But It makes me feel like a millennial.
You know one thing about social
Yeah.
media though that I don't know if you know about this because you never had it, but like with Instagram, I remember in college. Well, I didn't have Instagram at the time in college because I got it in 2017, but it was around in college. And these girls were talking. It was a couple of my friends, and they were talking about how Kim Kardashian posted like 3 photos in a day, and she's like, "Can't do that." Like, they were like, "Oh my god,
All these
I would get."
rules. Oh my God.
What
Wait.
rules?
The rules.
dude?
Wait, that goes into, I was at a bridal shower earlier in the year and they were so excited. They took a picture of the future bride and I was sitting next to the girl and all I heard was, "Oh my God, wait a minute. What is the prime time to post this photo?"
Oh my
And I looked at
God.
her, and I go, "Are you serious?" I go, "You like deciding a time
No, for
period?"
sure. You want to know why? Because they
She
want to
goes,
get
yes,
the likes.
absolutely, because
For the
only
likes.
these many people will probably be on between this time. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what a waste of time.
How do you think that started?
Because
Like,
people
like,
are obsessed with validation.
Validation and they
people-
need recognition?
Okay, I'm gonna be extremely blunt right now.
Yeah.
People think people give a shit. People think that they're so important.
You're not.
People want attention so bad. We live in such a hyper focus of like fame, like a bunch of fame whores.
Instant
I
gratification.
want to, instant gratification. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want this. I want that. So it becomes such an obsession. And even if you're just like an average Joe posting to your, 200 people that follow you, it's still, you're looking for some sort of validation. So if you take away social media from everybody, okay, even people who express how happy and they are on social media, like, and expressing their fame and their success on social media based on their followers or whatever. Like, are you truly happy, or is it because you're getting validation from others who are making you happy? Or if you erase this entire platform, could you still pursue your goals and succeed and just validate yourself, or do you still need the outside
interesting.
world
Well,
to validate you?
it makes me think.
Am I making sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
you are. You are.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I like Facebook. Remember when it shut down for a day?
Yeah.
Something like that, like 12 hours.
It was,
It was like the world was ending.
Yeah.
Like people didn't know what to do with themselves,
Exactly.
myself included. Because like I'm on Facebook and Instagram all the time, posting a million
Yeah.
things. Trying to grow a following and all this and that.
Yeah.
And that's
Sometimes-
fine. If that's for you
Yeah.
and it makes you happy, then you do it. But I'm just trying to
It
explain a
makes me
different
happy,
perspective.
but at the same time, I see your perspective of like sometimes I am posting for that validation, but
Yeah.
for what? Like why?
But why?
Like why am I doing that? I don't really know. But can social media exist without seeking that validation?
Absolutely.
No, it can't. It can't, because then you won't be because social media is all about validation. You're getting a like, you're getting a follow, you're following somebody else. It's a whole domino effect. But that's the whole madness about
Yeah.
it.
It is.
We've all become obsessed with validation from others, but yet we live in a mindset that we keep reminding ourselves that you shouldn't care what others think. Doesn't that contradict each
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It does contradict.
right? So I think that's why actually a lot of people are kind of lost in a way.
Yeah.
I don't think they've
this
learned
is coming.
to kind of validate themselves and just live simple. Like
Yeah.
simple. Everybody is just all over the place.
Can you say that again? What's more important, validation of others, or are you validating yourself?
Yeah, you validating yourself is definitely more important. And I think my journey with no social media has taught me a lot of that, because when I go through a milestone or something exciting happens to me, I don't post it anywhere.
Right.
I literally just tell my family and I tell my friends.
The ones that
And-
really matter.
Yeah, but mostly I just validate myself. I congratulate myself, because at the end of the day, you're with yourself.
That's
Yeah.
gold right there.
Love that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you kind of?
No,
I know
I go
exactly
so
what you
in
mean.
depth in
No,
thinking
no, no,
that
I know
sometimes
exactly
I
what you
can't
mean.
explain what I'm trying to say.
You're
but-
right on the mark with it. You're right on the mark. With
It's like one of those, like I want to say it's a necessary evil, but it's not. You don't have to have social.
You really don't.
No,
But-
actually, sorry not to cut you off, but I think that's the problem. I think people believe
Yeah.
that since social media is so big and everybody quote unquote has social media, and this is where our life is now, that you have to have social media. No one has to do anything. We don't
True.
have to do anything.
Yeah,
You can
it's true.
still succeed. Like, for example, I took a picture once and I was like, with some friends, right? Because you still want to take pictures, just like the olden days, you
Yeah.
print them, right? Somebody said, "Oh, why do you want that? Like, you don't want to have social media." I'm like, for a memory to print.
For yourself. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
hello.
that's true. Yeah, why did we take
Like,
pictures
why is it
before
just-
social media?
yeah.
Like,
So, I mean, do you think we'll ever get back to not having social media? I don't know.
No.
I don't think we ever will.
I
think we're
yeah.
past the point of ever.
No, because people
not
make
having
too
it.
much money, and money is greed.
You're right.
I think it would take some colossal, which I hope never happens, but some colossal crumble in society for that to happen.
Yeah.
Like movie worthy,
Yeah.
where like society just goes to shit and everything crumbles. That's the
I mean,
way.
it's sad, really, how much, if social media were to be gone tomorrow, like a lot of people's lives would be like destroyed.
Just
I think a lot of people's confidence would go
businesses,
down
confidence,
too.
everything.
They wouldn't know what to do. They would feel so disconnected. They wouldn't even know where to begin. But I think they would find peace eventually.
No, absolutely.
Well, that's
Everybody-
where
we're
I feel
adaptable.
like a break in social media is really good.
Yeah.
It is really good. Breaking social media. Perfect.
It is, and I mean, how long of a break do you think you should take?
That depends. I mean, like we discussed this on another episode. I have taken about 4 months off of it, never opening the app, and that was really good.
That's
But
really
then,
good.
but then I went back to it. You see, it's a little addicting.
Yeah, it is.
I guess until you feel good again. You know what I mean? Until you feel calm and like stress free, I would say.
I think it's everybody's prerogative. So I mean, I think it's whatever you think is good for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if whatever you can handle. But it's funny because I challenge everybody to take a break and see how much they kind of depend on social media. I want them to go through a milestone or something exciting and not share with anybody and see if they actually want it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a
good way to
That's
look at it.
powerful.
You know
I
what
think I've
mean?
gone a week off of social media,
That's a lot in today's day.
and it was
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Like, it was hard. Like, I'm definitely partly addicted to hopping on the phone. Like, you ever pick up your phone and like there's nothing to look at, but you pick it up?
I still do that. Absolutely.
Or how about this? Yeah, how about this?
Oh, you see that little bubble? I gotta go check it.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever.
Or I'm a huge culprit of doing this. I'll be on my couch. I'll be on Instagram. And I'll be like, let me get off of it. I'll swipe up, delete it. Okay. Like not delete the app, but swipe up and get off the app. Literally 2 seconds later, I'm
Hop back
opening
on.
Instagram again. And I'm like, wait, and I don't even recognize I'm doing it. That's
crazy.
bad.
It's
That's
very bad.
I just want to say, like, I'm not totally against social media. I do watch, like, let's say YouTube, and I do appreciate, like, some of the, how far it can reach people and how it can bring people together.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I do enjoy being off of it, and I don't feel like I'm disconnected by any means. But, you know, to each their own. If to you, you love that, and some people just genuinely love it, and that's fine. But I think where I'm trying to get at is, I don't know.
I think it's a balance.
It's a balance, and I
You know.
think people take it to, you know,
everything
extremes.
in moderation.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about this when you guys, before we were just talking about how, like, why do we think that society got into this way with social media? And what I was thinking about is I think it just has to do with the human ego. Because if you think about it, our generation, millennial and Gen Z, we're the ones who are pegged with, oh, look at you know, your social media. When I was a kid, we didn't have social media. True, right? The older generations don't really have this problem. But if you think about it, have you ever seen when the older generations then start getting Instagram or Facebook?
Oh, I think they have a major problem.
It's like, oh, I've
Yeah.
been missing out. And
Yeah.
then they turn into us. And I'm not, this is not me saying you older generation folk, if you're listening, absolutely do your social media if you want. I'm not saying you can't do that, but I think it has something to do with the human ego.
Oh, it definitely
I think it has
does.
everything to do with, like, I think that's the problem. I don't know why I'm going back to this, but I was thinking about it. It was bothering me. I think it literally has to do with us as human beings. And you know what? I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. The powers that be probably want that. They want you on your fucking phone.
Well, human beings we are meant to be connected. We're meant to share our lives with each other, and we're meant to have partnership. So I think that all plays a part into feeling connected on social media, getting validation for others, and feeling wanted and liked. We all want to be wanted and liked, right?
True.
I do too, right? We all want that satisfaction in life. I mean, no matter what it is. But I think when it becomes your everyday
Mhm.
cycle, it becomes a problem. Like I'm gonna get really deep here. I really believe some people are gonna argue and say, well, social media, I met my significant other on there, or I met so and so and it brings people together. Yes, it does. But how I think is we're not meant to see and know everybody. If somebody crosses your path randomly on a Sunday, in person, live, that is meant to be. That's divine timing. Has to happen organically. Having access to so many people on social media and access to communication with all different walks of life, is actually incredible and can lead you to other places. But I think no, you're not meant to have access to everybody in your.
So you're saying it's too artificial?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't think we're you're not supposed to know every single aspect of somebody's life.
You're not supposed to know everybody in Spain and
before
wherever.
social media, people would call that a stalker, right?
Yeah,
and
it's terrible for relationships. I'm not even gonna go down that route.
Oh yeah, that's a big
It's interesting though, because some of my best friends and most incredible people and most incredible relationships that I've built is through social media.
Yeah, I
mean, no, 100%.
The
blessing and a curse.
It's blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
But my mindset is if I'm not meeting you, I'm not supposed to, so I'm not going to search and find you. And you can say, well, we happened to cross paths on social media. We came across each other on a photo or something. Okay, but I don't know. That's just what I believe.
Well, I know what you're saying. Because actually, some of the best friends that I have on social, I didn't just DM a random person one day. We were connected in other ways.
Exactly.
And, we follow along on each other's journeys on social media.
Right.
And I bet you probably inspire each other.
Which is amazing. Right? I think it definitely has so many positives. And,
I think it comes down to discipliline. Disciplining yourself to stay off of it if you need to, and knowing when to get off.
I think a lot of people, not a lot of people have discipline, to be honest, because we have access to so many things, and we can change our minds, we can change this, we can change a person, we can do this, we can do that. Everything is immediately be changed in this world, and nobody knows how to stick or be content. Content is the main word here. Social media doesn't allow you to remain content in your life. It always makes you search for more. And that's how you're never happy.
Wow, that's true.
Because what is more? You get the big house that you just saw. Let's say you're looking at somebody on social media, they have a huge mansion, and then you wind up succeeding and getting that huge mansion. Then you want another thing.
Yeah,
then
it's
another
always something
thing.
else.
It's always something else.
Damn,
so you have to be disciplined to know when to stop.
Yeah. Well, I think that ties into you need to be happy, with your inner self first and foremost before.
Absolutely.
You don't need validation from anything external. It's got to all come from within.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
And if you can get in that place, then maybe you can use social media now as a tool.
Yes.
Because now you're in a good spot mentally already.
I agree.
Now let's use social media as a tool to grow my business, to grow my brand, to grow my relationships with people, to meet incredible people, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's how you use it. Are you just going on social media to scroll TikTok mindlessly to escape, or are you using it for your benefit to find people that you're supposed to work with and befriend and things like that?
And it's also fine to just sometimes not have to do something to benefit you. If you just want to scroll through social media and just waste your a few minutes, and that's fine. But I totally agree with you on that. And a lot of people will not agree with what I'm saying by any means, and I don't expect anybody to. I definitely feel like I walk to the beat of my own drum, and I definitely don't connect with a lot of people on that level with the way of thinking. But, it's just some food for thought.
It is. It's very good food.
It's a never-ending, kind of topic to talk about. There's so many different ways to go with it. And, but a big problem with it as well is communication. social media has made people less social.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes. Holy
Communication
shit.
People
skills
don't
in
know how
person,
to. No.
terrible.
People
Horrible.
don't know how to communicate.
Horrible.
If you go, out anywhere, kids that are like pretty young right now, like they don't know how to have a conversation with you.
They're
Dude.
looking at their phones the
Dude.
entire time.
I have to say I'm going to say two instances. One, because I'm working at the restaurant. The other day I saw a table, and this isn't just one table, this is many tables, where there was like a mother, father, and a daughter. And I swear to God, they sat down, sat. Within 2 seconds, not the daughter, not the mother, not the father, all three pulled out their iPhones and didn't talk to each other until I literally watched it. They didn't talk to each other until the waiter came up to them and introduced themselves. And then they went back to their phones.
And I bet they were scrolling on social media watching TikToks.
Social media TikToks.
Yep.
And then how about what you just said was a great point, Don. Little kids, I'll go to the restaurant, and instead of engaging these little kids or making the little kids talk with each other if there's more than one, they get given an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
are
I
you
don't
doing
like
a 2-year-old an iPad?
Yeah.
What are we doing, folks?
Yeah.
Well, it also comes down to knowing how to listen to people too.
Yeah.
Like, are you, when somebody's talking to you, are you on your phone scrolling?
I hate that.
Because you're not really paying attention. It's like,
hate that.
right.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
right?
Like,
Yeah.
that is the most annoying thing
Oh,
ever
that's
to me.
bullshit. That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
It's like when somebody's talking, eye contact, like,
Yes.
yes.
Be present. I'm
be
all about
present
being
in
present
the-
in
be
the
present
moment.
in the moment.
Yes.
Isn't it like there's like a difference between hearing and listening? They're two different things. You
Yeah.
can hear you could hear, but if you're not listening, you're not understanding. So yeah, if you're on your phone, you're hearing what you're saying, but I didn't comprehend a fucking word because
Yeah.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like, that's where, if you can be disciplined enough to put that phone in your pocket and genuinely have a conversation with somebody, like genuinely,
Yeah.
like remember things that they're saying, only speak when they're not speaking. Like, don't be thinking about the next thing you're going to say.
Yeah.
Listen to what that person's saying.
That actually brings me to a point. My recent ex-boyfriend, when we were dating, he said something to me. He goes, "I love that you are never on your phone when we're having a conversation." He goes, "You're so present in the moment. It's very refreshing." And he was like growing his business through social media, so
Mhm.
he was totally different, or just meeting people who were the same way as him.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm here right now.
This moment is all we have.
This moment is all we have." Just like when you're at a bar, right? And even when I was in my 20s with my friends, I mean, it was just like you walk in and let's just get a picture here and here by the garbage can, by the thing, that. I'm like,
The rock wall.
I'm like, how many
Yeah.
pictures are you getting? It's the same thing. Like, let's just have fun right now and not care,
Yeah.
you know?
That's horrible.
So,
Well, it's like also what you said before too is you don't always need a picture for everything.
No, you don't.
Like,
No.
why don't you capture that in your mind and
yeah.
treasure that memory
Yeah.
in your mind?
I
and
love,
soul.
and my least favorite photos are food photos. And I hate when people
Guilty.
are like, "Oh, take
Guilty.
a picture of your photo of that beautiful dish you're eating." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Why?" So I can look at it on a random Wednesday night and just be like, "Ooh, that macaroni and cheese."
See,
like no, like, I
know,
don't care.
I see both sides of that because at the same time, what I try to do with my social media is I try to inspire people, right?
Okay, I like
So
that.
what
I
I,
like
do
that.
with my healthy meals that I'll post is my mindset behind that is, all right, if I post this healthy looking meal, maybe I'm going to inspire somebody to be like, to change their mindset and be
yes.
like, you know what? I'm going to have
That's
a
a
healthy
different
meal
purpose,
as well.
though.
Yeah.
And that's my purpose of why
I like that.
use social media and might post a picture of my food
Yeah.
because I'm always, my intent behind it is always how can I inspire, help somebody
Yeah.
else with
no, I
this.
like that.
Which is a good one.
It's actually funny because since I'm pursuing my nutrition coaching certification, somebody did ask me, "Well, are you going to get social media for this? Because I think you might need it." And it actually kind of like, at first I was like, "No,
You don't need anything.
I don't need anything because I can just advertise via like networking or a website." But then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, would I eventually have to make a social media to capture my audience in a way? And if I did, I would probably make it mainly focused on that. I wouldn't do it
Mhm.
just for personal.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because even me, I do think like that sometimes. Like, is social media needed? Just like what we said before, for business.
I don't think it's
No.
needed, but I think it can dramatically help.
Yeah.
Yes, it can definitely like expand
Yeah.
your horizons or whatever.
Well,
But-
yeah, for sure. Like, so for example, if we take like Andy Frisella, right? We both listen to Andy Frisella,
Yeah.
right? He even said, I remember someone asked him, he does a Q&A on his podcast, and someone asked him, he was like, oh, I'm 60 years old. Is it too late for me to start a business? And he actually said, no, with the technology, social media that we have, what takes 20 years in the past could take 5 years if you do it right. So that's like the
True.
dramatic impact.
Yeah.
Now, to go back to your question, for business, I don't think so, because I have LinkedIn. Do you have LinkedIn?
I don't.
I don't either.
You don't? Okay. I have a LinkedIn.
I have one, but
Literally
it's not
nothing.
updated.
Dude,
It's not updated.
I have a LinkedIn and I don't use it. And everyone, I remember when it first came out, I was like, you better make a LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I didn't make it till 2 years after, but it was like, this thing is so pointless. The only thing you get
I think
are
it's
a bunch
not
of
needed, honestly.
you get a bunch of headhunters who are like,
Yeah.
hi Joe, my name is Alexa, and it's like, dude, how
You
the
can
fuck
just-
did you even find
You
me?
could just contact the headhunter.
Exactly.
So, side note, imagine if your name was Alexa.
Side note, fun fact, that is literally my favorite name since I was a little girl, and then
God.
Alexa ruined it for me
Yes.
when the
Yeah.
name came out.
Like, why would they do that? You
Yeah.
just ruined so many people's
I know.
lives.
Oh, how about
That's like the
Karen?
best-
Fucking Amazon.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
Karen.
How about Karen? If you're a Karen now,
Oh,
you're fucked.
man.
Yes,
Or
it's
Brandon.
terrible.
Yo, Brandon.
Oh,
Oh, shit. What is it, Kyle,
so
too?
funny.
Isn't Kyle one
I
now?
don't know.
I always see the memes of
Is
like,
Kyle like a Karen?
Kyle's like the male version. No, Kyle's like your 17-year-old dude who's hyped up on Monster who bashes his head through the wall.
Then there's Chad.
Chad, yeah.
Brad
the
and
frat
Chad.
guy.
Brad and Chad, the bad guys.
Anyway, I remember what we were talking about now.
Alexa, yeah, that's what
Oh
it is.
yeah,
Alexa.
Alexa, and then like yeah. But that's so funny, and it's actually because in a sense, like my personality when I was like in my early 20s, mid 20s, I kind of did want to be famous, and I did pursue like modeling, pageants,
Who
and
didn't really?
I did like movies and stuff like that, and but then I was like over it. I'm like, yeah, no, not for me. So it's like really funny that I'm not into social media.
Yeah, that's
That like
interesting.
that highlight.
How that's evolved.
Yeah, how that evolved essentially, and again, it works for me, and it definitely probably won't work for others. But I'm disciplined in that way where I don't really need it.
Good for you. And that just, like you said, evolution of like the human mind, right? You're not the same person you were yesterday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
I think there's so many different social medias out there now. Like, do you have to be on all of them? You know, it's that part of that FOMO. Like,
Yeah.
I better download TikTok so I don't miss out on what everybody else is
I
doing.
can't stand TikTok. I'm so sorry. I really just cannot stand it.
I still don't have it, but I
literally
think
can't.
I'm gonna create one. I'm still on the fence about that one. I heard basically it's essentially how someone explained it to me because I have Instagram with Reels. It's just Instagram
It is.
Reels.
It's the same
That's it.
thing.
Okay.
It's like short
Videos, yeah.
I have to say, it's really funny. Like, it's
some stuff is.
but I can get lost on there for hours, and I do like sometimes where you made a comment like it's okay to be on social media and just laugh at things and not have no agenda behind
But
it.
the whole day, your productivity is just like.
But the productivity goes down the drain.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is fun. Like, there's some really funny things on there. I don't know.
So I
It's
do
one
have
of
a
those
question for you since I, just recently met you.
Yeah.
Since Joey, you're my brother, so it doesn't matter what you think, but you just met somebody with no social media. What is your initial thought? I would like to know. What were you thinking? Like, why were you?
My initial thought is, wow, that person doesn't need any validation from anybody.
That was really your initial thought.
I'm
just curious. I'm curious to see inside.
At first, it's kind of it's like, wow, like how is that possible?
Yeah.
Because everybody has it. You know, it's like one of those things. Like, how do you do that? I think that's my initial thought. Like, how do you do that?
Like, you're like a rare Pokemon. Essentially,
it's so yeah.
No, seriously, no. But I see what you're saying.
The rare Tina.
The rare Tina.
She's coming out.
Yeah, it's because it's so I guess I would say. It's abnormal in a not in a negative way. It's like I don't know if that's the right word for it.
No. It's
like
it's uncommon.
It's uncommon. Yeah, it's not
uncommon.
mainstream. I guess that was my
I usually get like positive. What's it called?
I think it's really cool.
Opinions about it, and people are very fascinated and they do like it. And then I think some people are kind of like, I think in the back of their head, they're kind of like, but why? As if
Like
it's some kind of
like
secret.
there always needs to be like
especially
some
when
motive,
you're like a
right?
girl and you
Yeah.
kind of come off as like you would love to post yourself. They kind of like, what is it about? Like, what is she not like? Like, why?
It's funny
It's
because
a mystery.
I didn't wonder why at all. I just thought, wow, that's really cool. That must be what makes her happy.
I like
because
that.
I'm like, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Like,
you do you, I do me.
Do you. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't want social media, you don't have to have social media. If
Yeah.
you want every single social media known to man, do it.
You.
And so that I think was my initial thought was, wow, that's really cool that she's identified that, like, that's what makes her happy.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she wants her life to be like.
Yeah.
Cool, I like that.
So I think that's
I was
kind
just
of
curious.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say.
No, honestly, I think a lot of people, especially in society today, would be like, wow, they would like respect that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would put you
I've
on.
never had anybody speak like negative, but I was just, I just wanted to hear a stranger's.
I'll tell you one thing. I think most people would envy you.
Well, thank
and they'll
you.
never let you know.
I think most people want no social media, but they feel like they can't have no social media.
Yeah, I guess we're all good at something.
Yeah.
We're all like disciplined in different areas, and I'm not saying my way is the right way by any means at all.
No, it's
I have my own insecurities and stuff.
It's the right way for you.
But it's. I was just gonna say, but it's the right way for me. Good point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think it's like if social media is consuming you, if you have to have that discipline to know, like, I'm being consumed by this, I'm on this way too much, I'm going to take a couple days off, I'm going to take a break. And you not posting on your story 6 times a day today, the world will still be there tomorrow.
Yeah, it will, right?
Right.
So it's okay that you didn't make your post today. It's okay that you didn't post 9 times on your story today. And it's okay that you didn't post on IGTV twice today and your reel once this week and all these different rules.
Yes.
If you need a break, take the damn break.
I agree. I have to say one huge upside to this is if you break up with somebody, you don't have to worry about stalking, worry about what they're doing, and it is just nice.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
And I think that's where people get in like
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Damn.
Yeah, that's social media in a nutshell.
Yep. So much.
So yeah,
positive,
it's just
negative.
my little story.
Absolutely. Well, it was a very intriguing story.
Tiny portion of my story.
Absolutely. Yeah. No.
Well,
great.
I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Yeah, it was great. We
had a good conversation.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't.
I hope I made sense to everybody.
No, you definitely did. I hope you guys learned a lot about how you can. Well, a couple of these we covered a lot about nutrition, right, and lifestyle. You learned about my sister, where she came from, a little about her life. Learned about astrology, which is really cool.
Fun.
Very small portion. Didn't want to confuse anybody.
But it's still good. Honestly, do a little bit of your research yourself. Go ask your parents if you don't know the exact place and time you were born. I hope you know what day you were born, but the other two you may not know. But go ask them, and it's like really cool. You type it into Google, I think, right?
Yeah, you can buy books. It's interesting. It's just fun. It's just cool. Fun stuff.
Yep. And then we also delved into basically actually how someone could not have social media and still live a happy life.
Guys, I'm still here.
She's living real person.
And I'm thriving.
Unless she's an alien.
If you don't know.
Sure.
My whole life would be a lie in that case. Hey.
For me to know, you never find out.
Yeah, if she admitted it, she'd have to kill us all.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Hey. Cool. So I guess we can wrap up right here. Don, where can we find you?
So you can find me on the social media topic. I'm at Don Shoemaker Jr. on all social media, mainly on Instagram and Facebook. Also on Snapchat at dshoe77. And that's where you can find me. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, me, I'm mostly just Instagram. It's Joe Francesco 48. I do have a Joe 58 on Snapchat. I don't really use it that much, but Instagram, Joe Francesco 48. Tina, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at No Insta Ho.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. Perfect.
So, that's the show, guys. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know some feedback. Let us know how the show was.
Yeah.
If you want to be a guest, hit us up. We're going to be starting to bring guests on a little more here in the future. And, let us send us some topics of what you want us to talk about. And, we'll look forward to having you on and continuing to grow the show. So Thank you to all the listeners, and
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And
Thank you for having me. Really.
Absolutely. Thank you
thanks
for coming on.
Thanks for being our first
Yeah.
guest.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you. I feel
absolutely.
so flattered.
Yeah. You have any last things you want to say to the folks?
Yeah, just live life to the fullest and do whatever makes you happy, and don't overthink too much.
Amen.
Couldn't say it any better myself.
Perfect. All right, folks.
That's
We're
the
out.
show. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Ciao.